welcome back to my channel, and yes, again, we are back in my bathroom, basically because there's no other good lighting except for in my living room or kitchen, and there's people in my living room watching a movie, so that's not gonna happen today. Don't know why I'm wearing a full face of makeup, but I do know why I'm wearing this black cardigan. It's because us Canadians are preparing ourselves for a very, very early winter, so we'll become a Canadian anytime soon. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell down there. As the title says, I'll be going over some tips and tricks. I'll be going over some tips and tricks for nose piercings because if you didn't already know, I have my nose pierced and it's been it's been a year. It's been over a year. Okay, so it's been over a year since I had my nose piercing done, and yeah, I thought it would be super fun to sit here. I already did a pain days, that's kind of boring, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys just some tips and tricks that I found over the time of having my nose piercing. So, first of all, I want to talk about my nose piercing a little bit. If you've already seen the pain days, you might want to just flip through this, because I kind of just talk about it all over again. I'm firstly going to say, do not pierce your own nose at home. Take it from someone who has done it, which is me. I have done it at home. I got my boyfriend to push the needle through my cartilage after getting it halfway through because I couldn't, because I am a wuss. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you guys the reason why you shouldn't pierce your nose at home is because I'm going to show you guys a close-up wearing my hoop right now. I'm not taking my nose piercing out. I love it the way it is. I'm not complaining about it, and if I decide I don't want it later, I can just take it out. It's not that big a deal. But as for getting my nose pierced again, not gonna happen. Okay, so ideally, I thought this was going to hang, and it was going to be, like, super tight, like, up, and I pierced it way too far down, so hoops just hang super, super low on me. Obviously, that wouldn't be a huge problem for many of us if you don't really mind, which I don't. It's just kind of like the making of every single piercing. It doesn't always turn out perfectly. But I just want to tell you guys that there is a reason why they have professional shops around the world. It's because you should never pierce yourself. I know that many people say, well, I trust myself more than some stranger at a piercing shop, and that is great, but the piercing shop has all of the sterilized needles, and I didn't get an infection in mine, but I really had a close call. I got super, super lucky. The professionals at the shop know what they're doing, so you don't have to really be scared of anything and just go with it. They also have all the right jewelry. Like, I remember when I first got mine done, I didn't have any of the right jewelry. I was not prepared for it, and I had to wear an earring in my nose for a very long time until I got a nose piercing ring, and that was just super, super irritating altogether because obviously the earring was super loose in the piercing itself and just kept falling out at random times. So with that being said, I just really wanted to get that out there and tell you guys, please do not pierce yourself at home. It is not a fun journey, and if you want your nose done or any other piercing done, go to a professional and get it done right. So for the first tip, I'm going to be talking about how to get rid of the bump before it heals. I'm not talking about pregnancies. Do you have an interview the next day after getting your nose pierced or any other piercing, and you're really nervous because your nose piercing hasn't healed? Well, I have a very good tip for you. So this tip includes just taking about a tablespoon of sea salt and mixing it into some hot water, not boiling. You don't want to burn your flesh. Ouch! You need your skin, so don't burn it. And then you want to just clean around the earring. They don't get this in it, because don't do it. Just take it from someone who knows. It's very painful. So if you have that healing bump and you want it gone, just clean around the piercing, and then with some baking soda with a little tiny drop of water, maybe even half a tablespoon, just put that on it and leave it for about a minute and let that sit, and the bump should be all gone. Just a little tip if you're someone like me and go crazy with every single jewelry out there. My nose piercing stash is pretty impressive, not gonna lie. I figured out that I was going to get my nose pierced. I went ahead and ordered, I think, $25 worth of piercings online, and I didn't spend any more than $1 on each one. So I had design ones and pretty hoops and just standard hoops and the screws and the bars and the ball-ended ones. And I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with all of these nose rings? Seriously though, my jewelry box was a mess. So I went to the Dollarama and I was looking just in the aisles trying to find something that could help me organize jewelry better. Wasn't even thinking anything of it, and I found a pillow organizer. These are awesome for organizing all of your jewelry. If you have earrings, you want your studs like away from your hoops, like that's just bad. If you want your necklaces to be in a nice safe place and not be tangled every time you want to wear them. And lastly, obviously, if you want to separate all your studs and your hoops and whatever away from each other, a pillow organizer is a great, inexpensive, and very method-wise great idea to do. So the next thing I want to talk about is if you want to wear a nose hoop to sleep, or if you go to a party or you're out with some friends super late and you come home and you just don't want to have to worry about cleaning your hoop and taking it out of your nose and cleaning your nose ring and then putting a stud in after cleaning your stud, that's just a long time. And believe me, I was super scared myself to wear a nose hoop to bed. But honestly, if you just sleep like really close to your pillow and make sure that your nose hoop is like against it, you shouldn't have any problems with your nose piercing falling out or getting pulled out just because it's already supported by the pillow. In other words, if you are tossing and turning and you kind of get it caught on your blanket or something or another, that can be very painful, but it's never happened to me and that's just what I do, so don't quote me on anything, I'm just trying to help. So if you want the best comfort, and this is the very last thing I'm going to tell you guys, go ahead and buy some nose screws. Don't wear ball-ended ones or the bars. I do not like those. Those are a pain in the butt to put in and take out. So the nose screws are just the best way to have awesome comfort all day long. So with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want me to do an update of pain days and talk a little bit more about my nose piercing, or if you want more tips and tricks on something else, just let me know down in the comments below and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that little bell so that you get the notification when I post that video. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.